Hi, group leader Steve and Lisa. Got another video for you as we continue our series from the Grow project we did in January. But happy birthday to everyone.
Yes.
Early May birthdays. We hope that your day was special and enjoyable.
Yep.
And we do think of you. I have a list in my office. I see the names. I try to send a text
But do
a
you
day
remember
of.
them?
Not every one of them, no. Hard enough with my kids, but we do appreciate you all and hope all of you who have had birthdays had a good day. What's interesting about this particular topic, we made this list months ago, but it ties in so nicely with Pastor's message on Sunday. And I hope you all saw it, but he talked about everyone needs a Paul, a Barnabas, and a Timothy. And the Timothy is the focus about pouring into somebody else. And this category was called division of leadership. And this idea that there are people that we can be pouring into, raising up, releasing some responsibilities to so that they can begin to step into what God has for them. So today, we want to do that. And it's just really neat how God put the message on tying in with our topic for today. And so you all had some great thoughts about how do you divide up leadership within your group, because there are a lot of things to be done, and it doesn't matter if it's a group of 10 or we have some large groups. These are things to some degree I think that any group leader could practice, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just think about your home. Even if you're in a family of 4, there are things that you can share, right?
So true.
And so there are co-leaders, right?
Yep. And that's something, when I came into the job almost 5 years ago, didn't have many. In fact, the ministry assistant at the time, I got an email from a leader, I don't even know who it was, but it just simply said, hey, I need a substitute. And so I went to the ministry assistant, I said, do we have a list of substitutes? And she was like, no.
Nope.
So, but we've seen that grow a lot over the last couple of years. Many groups have co-leaders, and it's such a good thing. What are some reasons that it's a good thing to have a co-leader? What might come up? We were talking about it.
I mean, some of the things that might happen, like you might get sick, right? And you oh, you're sick. Do you cancel the group? No, you got a co-leader that can, take hold of the reins. Or you want to take a vacation, but other members still want to meet, and there's someone who can lead. So that takes the pressure off of you. You can go on vacation and know that things are taken care of.
Yeah.
And just the opportunity to allow people to use their gifts is another thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, co-leading is, it's practicing what Pastor talked about, this idea of a Timothy. And they may not be somebody, they may be a very experienced person. And we have those. We have some people, solid co-leaders, are not necessarily growing per se. But
we're all growing.
We are, right. But the other thing that we had on the list was an apprentice. Now this may be someone who's not an official co-leader, but they are someone that you've identified, God has just put them on your heart, and they're your Timothy, right? They're somebody that you are investing time into, you are encouraging them, you're giving them opportunity to grow and understand who they might be as a leader. And so,
in preparation for something down the road that God may have for them. So
could be your co-leader, or they could move on and start new groups. And we've had a recent one, a young lady who's in another ladies group, and she's branching out now, and she is starting her own group. So co-leaders and apprentices, those are good ways to have division of leadership. We talked about some practical stuff. What are some, we call these like support roles. What are some of those, a way to divide up leadership in your group?
Administrative support is one, and I get the honor to do that for a group. Technology, I would need help with that when it got too deep. I mean, I can low level, but if it gets too deep, help. Socials, you can let someone who really is passionate about that just handle it, or you have a team, but just you can share it. People like to get together. If you feel like, oh, I cannot plan a thing, there's someone there just like, hey, I got you. And then you have guests or visitors that might come in. You might be in the middle of a lesson. There might be a designated person that will just take care of that for you. So those are some that, I remember that we talked about.
And it can just take a little burden off from the leader.
Yeah.
These are all important things, but when you're leading, your focus is the shepherding and the teaching. And so if you can divide up some of those leadership things, the ones you just mentioned, it takes a little bit of the pressure off from you so you can focus on that. And I love what you said about one of those. It allows people to express their gift, right? And some of those things, they may not be the teacher, but boy, they are great at admin or they love socials, and they'd be happy to do that for you. So here's the bow on all this. I would say it's about delegation. And that is hard to do. I know for me personally, letting go, sometimes you say, well, but I can probably do it better. Maybe not. And I know that's true for me. So all of these are ways to delegate to other people so that they can support the groups as a whole, but they can help you as a leader to not feel like you're towing the whole line with the different things that your group needs. And so we would encourage you to be willing to do that, right?
Yeah. Because different is not wrong, right?
Yeah.
And when you make the bed, the husband might do it one way, the wife another. It's different.
As long as the bed gets made, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's so true. Because we all have different giftings. It's the beauty of who God is. He makes us different. But Ephesians 4 talks about when all the parts are doing what they've been gifted and called to do, the body is healthy and growing and full of love. And so as you think about your group, we would encourage you to consider how you can divide up the leadership responsibilities so that you're letting each person do their part. And as Pastor was talking about on Sunday, you're raising up those Timothys, because in the end, we don't know when we'll move on or what will happen, but the work goes on.
Absolutely.
And so this is an opportunity to do that. So thanks for listening. We appreciate all of you. Hope that the semester is going well, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.